Turn your head to light just a little bit for me, please. There you go, dear. Beautiful. Chin down just a little bit.
I'm a girl of action. I like to do first and ask questions later.
I have 4 auditions today, which is like the most I've ever had in one day. And I have a show later tonight.
Soft smile, dear. That's amazing. That is beautiful. Let's get a really beautiful headshot for your agent here, okay, hon? Wonderful. Eyes right through camera. Right through camera. Little less smile, dear. Little less smile.
The problem is that you're married to your work, so anyone you end up with is going to come second.
Chin up a little bit. Wonderful. Powerful. Remember, you're a queen. You are a queen.
Are you kind of into Amina?
Buy me a drink?
Absolutely.
Have you had a chance to read the script yet?
I want to use you. I want to use your essence.
Are you kidding?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Lean towards me just a little bit. Good.
And call me in the dumbest smoke from hell.
Thanks so much, HEKLA. You'll be hearing from us soon. Either way.
Beautiful. You are beautiful. That's amazing, HEKLA. Wonderful. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. There we go. Look at that beautiful laugh.
Let's try it again, but this time with a little bit more playful knowingness.
Playful knowingness. Got it.
Well, hi. It's nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for popping on for this interview.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to jump right into it and first start off by saying that HEKLA is a film about it's a film about a young actress and like her just one day in her life. And it's kind of about struggles, but I feel like it's more about perseverance. And so many films I find have been like about young actresses have been about like just negative perspectives, and you two have, I feel like, flipped it a bit in HEKLA. And what made you want to make it from this perspective and not just like a negative point of view instead?
Mike?
Well, I wanted to make a movie that would be a tribute to actors, because over the past 12 years that I've been making feature films, I've gone through the audition process a lot from the other side of the audition table. And it's really hard to audition actors because I see so many wonderful actors who I know that I cannot cast. And I feel honestly like a horrible sense of guilt when I can't cast a really good actor. And I want to contact them all and say, you were really great, even though I can't cast you. And just sort of, after going through the process and realizing that actors like Liz have to do this over and over again, sometimes 4 times in one day, I just wanted to pay tribute to the hustle that all actors have to go through, because the optimism and the resilience that's required of an actor, knowing they're probably going to be rejected, but still believing on some level that they can make it. That anybody who does this over and over again is, a person after my own heart.
That's lovely. I don't know if, Elizabeth, you have anything, because it was your first time writing a feature film or just a film, and then you've done other films before. So what was it like collaborating together and with Michael, who's written and directed in the past?
I mean, I've said a dream. I knew Mike already really well, and I think we were already pretty good friends, where I knew if it had been anyone else, I think I would have been, intimidated maybe. And Mike, not that you didn't intimidate me, but just the absolute just joy. And he's so genuine and he has so much respect. Even just what he just said, he's just has so much respect for actors. So being able to be in a room with someone that I completely trusted throughout the entire process, I think is something I'll never take for granted. It made it so much easier, because I got an entire script. I think I got script version 12, and just having that complete vision already in my hands made it so much easier. And just, he didn't make me feel nervous to share my ideas or thoughts. He was just like, yeah, rewrite it, do whatever you want. And then I did, and I handed it to him, and he just took everything that I wrote in the margins and put it right into the script. So it was really a joy. It made me feel just like he wanted to work with me and respect it as well.
That's lovely. And you can feel that within the film. And what I was going to ask next is, do you think that, I mean, after Mike, you said that it's like the reverse perspective of how you feel as a director. Do you think that, Elizabeth, you were able to put in some of your own perspective from, the actor's side? And then do you think in your collaboration, you think that is how you were able to make the final product, is it's both of the audition, like the sides of the audition wrapped into HEKLA's day?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely allowed me to add in as much perspective. He was very open with everyone that we worked with. He was, even to Jose, our cinematographer, he was like, I trust you, have fun. And so being a part of that team always makes it feel so much more collaborative and enjoyable, I think, in the process. And I think it allows people to make something really great. And I think there's a lot of us both. We've talked about this a lot, but I think with Mike and I, there's a lot of us both in HEKLA. And I think a lot of her running around and adding the stress to the camera is a lot that I experience in my real life. I mean, she's at a 10 at all times, and I think I can exude that as well. So being able to just bring myself into this character, I don't think I'll have the opportunity to do again. I don't think I'll connect with a character so deeply than I have with HEKLA.
Do you think just being able to do it, would you say that, like, being able to do it, would you say that that's like a highlight of the working on this project? Or
Oh, absolutely. It was so, I mean, it was so terrifying. Sorry, my cat is about to be right on camera and knock everything over. It was so terrifying at first, but after the first day, I mean, I think the first day we had one of the bigger mishaps where the venue we were supposed to shoot in, like, was locked and they couldn't let us in. And Mike and our producer were just running up and down Irving Park Road asking businesses if we could film there. And it was just goofy and stressful, and in hindsight, maybe not at the time, but at this time, the perfect way to start the whole experience, because I feel like it really just kind of, once we found the place, it was like, LOL, that is going to be a funny story at some point, and kind of let everyone fall back and truly bring themselves to the character and not be as shaky and anxious and nervous.
Speaking of which, Mike, did you, having written this, like, worked on the script together, but as the director, how much freedom, or how much would you say you had to, like, help Elizabeth through the character, or how much freedom did she end up having with it, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I didn't really direct her in the traditional sense, I mean, the fact that we had worked together before was enormously helpful, and I believed in her. It was like some scenes we rehearsed in advance, some scenes we were auditioning actors to read with her, so that was helpful because that's almost like a rehearsal. But then there were other scenes that we didn't rehearse at all, and I'm talking big scenes. The scene where she auditions for the experimental play, where first she has to tell a story about her life, and then she is asked to talk about her favorite short story. Like, I never saw Liz read that until we were on set and the camera was rolling and we were doing a take. And I wasn't worried at all because I knew she was going to be great, and she was. So, for me, this is my 5th feature film. I think the lesson that I've learned is that I think my work turns out the best when I give up control. It's like, directing is all about hiring the right people and then just getting out of the way. And that was my philosophy on this film more than any other. And it's my favorite film as a result.
That's so good.
Of the ones I've made. Other people have made better films than this one, but I have not.
Would you say you had much control, or like how did you work on the fact that most of the film was in like black and white and sepia, but then like when I feel I might be have read this wrong, but if when she was on camera during the auditions, that was when it was in color. What did you want this to do for the like the plot and like how the story unfolded?
Well, there are two different kinds of color
Hmm.
sequences. There's every time she auditions, someone is filming her, and so we called that the B cam. And we used a different kind of camera for those B cam shots. We used a Blackmagic pocket camera, and then the main camera was the Blackmagic Ursa. And the B cam is always handheld, so it's a little bit shaky. But then the other kind of color sequence are the fantasy sequences, where she's wearing the elaborate costumes, the giant heart costume, which Liz herself created
Wow, it's
for
so
this film.
good.
Yeah, yeah, and Haley, to talk about ceding control to my collaborators,
Yeah.
I was not I was not present when all of those fantasy sequences were shot.
Oh
I
wow.
hired a yeah, I hired a second unit director, and I could have been there, but I thought it would be better to start the shoot that way
Hmm.
with Liz and our production designer Heather Kuhlman and our hair and makeup artist. I said, go off with the second unit director and come up with some fantasy scenes for for the auditions, and that's what they came up with. And I was so impressed by what they did that I ended up using all of it.
Well, somehow when you say that, it makes sense because it is a different part of the film. So it does make sense having someone else do it. So that's really cool.
Exactly. Like, I'm almost nervous to say that because I don't want people to think that I was sloppy or that I, didn't care. I cared
No.
so much, but I thought it would make the film better. You're right, because those are the scenes where we're really going into Hekla's inner world.
Hmm.
And, it's better if it has a different quality than the rest of the film. And yeah, I mean, it was just perfect. And Liz was guiding that. I mean, she conceived the idea for each of those fantasy sequences. And, as far as I'm concerned, she is the co-author of this film. So it turned out, better than what it would have been had I been there.
And Mike might have not been there, but we had a lot of meetings, I would say, about the color sequences more than any other scenes that we did with Mike beforehand, just so the second unit director could get a sense of what Mike wanted and what he didn't want. So we all were at least definitely on the same page before we went into the room to start.
Well, I feel like it just adds a whole another level to the film. So well done, the two of you for that. Uh, so Elizabeth, how did you go about portraying Hecla? Because I feel like she's perceived and judged by so many others, and like it's just in that innocent, like it's innocent, but it's also like pushing past that and back to the perseverance. And you previously said that you feel like you were able to connect with this role, and it's something that you probably won't be able to do again. So how do you feel having been able to, be her own person, but still the way everyone else around her acts?
Definitely. I think that's one of the many reasons so many people can identify with Hecla, because obviously she is an actor, so she is acting, but I think, everyone's acting all the time. And just like seeing it on screen, just a full mirror ball of everyone else around her is makes you more aware. And then those moments where she is just with herself, I think it shows how much she is exuding for others and how much she is making sure everyone else in the room is comfortable and feels, is okay in that moment. And I didn't know that when we did the headshot scene that was going to be titled the intermission, but I think that's one of my favorite additions, because it really is an intermission. That's the one time where she's doing her work, but she's able to kind of sit back and still be perceived, but kind of take a breath and a beat and just be with herself and do what she loves without truly having not a living, breathing thing around her, but just the camera.
How do you hope people take the end of the film? Because at the end, she lies back in bed and like after a full day, I'm pretty sure the narrator says something like she contemplates her life choices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, her
Um,
future.
yeah. How do you hope people how do you hope people take that and reflect it after just one like a film that's just one day?
Yeah, I think it's kind of heartbreaking in a sense because I think she's trying so hard and she wants so much and sh she's just I think she is lonely and I think she's terrified in that moment that she made the wrong decision with Tyler and she's thinking about all of her decisions that she made throughout the day and if they were the right choice and will lead her to a better future. I think she's riddled with anxiety and fear. And in that moment, I think is when you really get to see that. And it's just, yeah, it's just heartbreaking. That's the part where I think it is a heartbreaking story in the end because that scene every time it does get me because I feel like we've all kind of had those moments where you've been running around, you've been with people all day, making people feel good all day, and then you're back into your house and you're like, feels good to be alone, but then it's also me and my cat, just kind of like there's that loneliness that I think we all share.
I think that's what adds another personal layer to hers instead of it, and because not everyone's an actor or creative, but everyone does get that one sense. So,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
for the two of you, if you worked together before and working together now, and getting this chance to be not only an actor and producer and writer, do you think how overall for the two of you was this experience, and would it be something you'd want to do again?
Nah, no, I'm just kidding. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Mike always also has scripts and he's always like, hey, here's one. This could be fun. And just reading them is always so exciting. And I mean, I know we're going to do something together again. I would never give up the opportunity to work with Mike.
Yeah, I mean, if I have any say in the matter, we'll work together again. I feel like, I feel like Liz is a star, and I hope she becomes a movie star because then I think she's going to be morally obligated to continue working with me, even though I will still be broke and I will still be a low life.
Please.
I'll be like, Liz, who cast you in your first leading role? Come on. Um, but I have a script for another film that I hope to shoot next year if I can raise the money. And there's a part for Liz in it, and we're excited about doing it. But I also am open to the idea of revisiting the character of HEKLA again at some point in the future. I think it would be kind of interesting if a lot of time went by and then to think about how this person might have changed, 10 years from now. That might be fun. So, my
60-year-old
philosophy,
Hecla.
yeah, HEKLA in the nursing home.
Well, you always need creatives like yourselves to keep the projects more relatable and personable. So thank you both. I
Yeah.
have one last question before I let you go. So at the end, Hecla plays Lady Macbeth in a dive bar. If either of you were given the chance to perform a Shakespeare play in a dive bar, what would it be?
I mean, I got my opportunity. It's 100. Macbeth is my favorite Shakespeare play of all time. And the role of Lady Macbeth, I wish I had, because obviously it was within the film of Hecla. So I was working so hard on Hecla. But to dive into the character of Lady Macbeth would be the project of an absolute lifetime. And just getting to do like the greatest hits in the dive bar was a dream.
I would pick a comedy. I would pick probably A Midsummer Night's Dream. And, that was a play I starred in high school. I played the character of Lysander, one of the lovers. And I have a feeling that at some point I will weave A Midsummer Night's Dream into a film.
What if you could? What if you weaved both of those and like made it so you both could get to do your Shakespeare?
Yeah. Let's take the stage next, Mike.
Pitch for
Full
an
Macbeth.
Well, Haley had the idea of weaving them together, so let's have her come on board as well.
I don't know if I could write maybe. I'll be the bounce ideas off of me, and that's what I'm good for.
You're an ideas person. I love it.
Well, thank you both, and congratulations on HEKLA. It was wonderful. I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope to see her again in the future. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Haley.
Are you in LA by chance?
I'm in London, England.
Oh,
What time is it?
Goodness.
It's only 7:45.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what? We have to screen in London. Our composer lives in Newcastle, England.
Oh,
all of that wonderful music you heard is by a guy named Trev Gibb who lives in Newcastle. So, there's a chance we could screen there, and if so, you have to come.
We'll hit you up. Yeah.
No, I can easily get around. So.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. Well, congratulations and good luck. And good luck
Thank
on your
you.
future project too.
Thank you so
Haley.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.